Today we are sponsored by Adults Bop. We sing kid songs, but we add vulgar language and explicit content. Adults Bop. Today we're also sponsored by External Validation. You look really nice today, and I think you're really special. And finally, today we're sponsored by the time my college roommate got a pet iguana without checking with me first. I didn't like it. He named it Joseph, even though Joseph is a person's name. Now on to our show. Let's see. Alright. There's a postcard here. It says, Hola. Tonight you've caught me on a first date at a Mexican restaurant. Let's see if you can find me. Happy hunting. Osvaldo. Okay, your name doesn't change just because you went to a Mexican restaurant. Also, I wrote this. What am I complaining about? Alright. This is, it's a Mexican restaurant. It's warm, earthy tones dominating the space. Terracotta tiles on the floor. Colorful wall pattern towards the bar area. The scent of sizzling fajitas buzzes. A small vase of fresh flowers sits on the table between Waldo and his date. We hear him in the middle of their conversation. He says, It's sort of like I'm in a rowboat, and it's rhythmic and hypnotic. There's like sunny days and rainy days and even stormy days. The boat moves differently. And I'm just pulling and pushing the oars. I mean, what else can you do? Until one day you feel how heavy your arms are, or how sore or tired you are, sort of all over, not just your back and biceps, but maybe it's your neck and your head. I mean, it's definitely, it's your head. But you still do that rhythmic pull and you say, oh wait, where's this boat even going? I wonder whether other people have different oars or motors or boats, or maybe they're on land already, or maybe they never got in a boat. But it doesn't matter, because you're just there. You have you and the resistance of the oars to keep you company. But I'm sorry. Let me turn it to you. How are you? He nods and nods as she talks, focus sharpening only when the deep voice of the waiter beckons. Sir? Waldo's out of sorts. He scrambles with the menu, looks at the waiter's name tag and says, Victor, how's the guac here? Excellent. We make a tableside. Oh, so like we're part of it, I guess, Waldo says. Yes, sir. Would you like that? I'd like that very much, Victor. A man of taste, I see, Victor says. I guess so, Waldo says. I didn't say good taste, Victor remarks with a smile, matching the one that Waldo's already wearing. In a few minutes, Victor leaves and returns with a cart, holding a mortar, pestle, and a few ingredients. He lines an avocado up on the cutting board, but Waldo stops him. Victor, is there a way for me to be more involved? Waldo's date pipes up. I guess we could pick the avocado? Waldo says to her, Great idea. You wait here. Victor and I will be back from the kitchen. Not missing a beat, Victor says, Follow me. Waldo follows closely through the aluminum swinging doors to the kitchen. They go past stainless steel shelves, stacked with vibrant ingredients, dried chilies and deep reds and earthy browns, bundles of fresh cilantro, bright limes and bowls of diced onions and tomatoes. Clank, clank, clank. A man with a pot almost backs into Waldo, but Victor's strong hand quickly guides Waldo by the lower back to a safer spot, past the ovens. A basket of avocados sits by the prep area. Waldo puts his hands in the basket, feeling the rough bumps on each avocado's skin. He checks for ripeness, for give, for a hint of supple flesh below. They're all ripe. This is the prep section after all, but none of them feel right. He meets eyes with Victor, who nods and says, "None of them feel right." Waldo's heart stops. What can we... But he sees that Victor's looking down at his phone. Victor's calling an Uber to Restaurant Depot, a food supply store for restaurants. Waldo and Victor hop in the Uber. Once they get to Restaurant Depot, Victor shows the greeter his membership card for the restaurant. Victor points at Waldo and says, "He's with me." In the warehouse corner, they go elbow deep in avocados. They engage their senses, looking for the right lush green, a light spongy firmness, and the subtle nutty and grassy fragrances. Waldo's frustrated. They're all good, but none of them feel right. He turns to Victor and thinks they might actually be on different pages because now Victor is smiling. Victor's looking at his phone again. Waldo says, "It's on the phone, Victor." Victor looks up, his smile even brighter. Victor says, "None of the avocados here are right." Then why the smirk? Victor shows Waldo his phone, displaying a confirmation number for a flight to General Francisco Mujica International Airport. Victor says the plane leaves in 3 hours. Together, they take an Uber to each of their apartments, pick up their passports, and head to the airport. They're hungry as they walk past the airport's Chili's too, but they do not stop. They cannot stop. On the plane, they laugh as they watch Abbott Elementary. It's good, but they'll never watch it at home. As they grow more tired, their legs loosen and their knees touch. Waldo's still wearing his first date shirt. The plane bumps down on the tarmac. The next leg is a bus to the avocado farm. Endless trees across a mountain background. They walk through the aisles. They race to the same tree, hearts beating and hearts still. They grab the avocado together, the one that feels right, and they journey back. The whole way back, they only have one short exchange. Waldo says, "What will they say?" Victor answers, "Let the world whisper. My ears are for you." At the restaurant, Waldo sits back at the wooden table, now empty and half-cloaked in darkness. Victor cuts into the avocado, empties it into the mortar with the other ingredients. He squeezes the lime. Waldo pipes up, "Do it like hibachi, Victor." Victor dumps the bowl out and makes a beating heart out of the guac, and flips it up and then tries to throw it in Waldo's mouth. It goes across his face, but he wipes it off to reveal a smile. "You're not done yet, chef. Onion volcano, but with guacamole," Waldo pleads. Whoosh! The guacamole volcano erupts. It ruins the guacamole. "You shouldn't do this." Waldo feels different. Waldo is out of the boat. Victor pulls an iPad from behind his back. It has a bill for $17,000 for the Tableside Guac, the flights, and the other transportation. He turns the screen around to the tip section, presenting options of 20, 25, or 30%. Waldo looks up at him. Was any of this real, Victor? Or was it all for the bigger tip? Victor responds, just because it's for the tip doesn't mean it wasn't real. Waldo selects 30%. I found him. I found Waldo.